Well, if you're just coming in, just come on, let us share and share and share and share. And I'm trying to link up with our Instagram audience as well so that we can all have a wonderful time today. I can't wait to have that happen, okay? It will be nice. It will be nice. It will be nice. It will be nice. It will be nice to have all of you, all of you. So don't go away. Don't go away. That's us welcoming you to Life Gists with Mama Helen. And of course, we're going to be dwelling on baby Mama Saga. Baby Mama Saga. You know what is going on out there. I mean, I don't need to tell you. We're all familiar with the Mama Saga episode. A lot is happening. People have been it's something that is all over the place. It has become something that everyone seems to be very, very familiar with. Now, let me start by saying to us though that on Life Gists with Mama, okay, it's all about us dwelling on contemporary issues, looking at the issues that are trending and how to bring in the Jesus way so that people are no longer confused about the way, they're supposed to live their lives. If you say you're a child of God, there are certain things that are expected of you. There's the kind of life that you need to live. Christianity is not just a slogan. Christianity, by the way, is a lifestyle. Yes, Christianity is a lifestyle. I'm going to be back in a moment. I'm trying to get Instagram to join us. So just a moment. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, I'll be right back. Six. I'm really struggling bringing our Instagram or later. I'm really in our Instagram. I think we need to start right now. Now, can you hear me? There seems to be feedback. Can you hear? There's a little bit of feedback. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Let me be sure if you can hear me. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, well, it's a gist today, all right? It's a gist. and it is about baby mama saga. Baby mama saga. What do you say? What are your thoughts? Okay, I know that people can make a mistake, for example, or I mean, someone can become a baby mama by mistake. Perhaps maybe you are in school and then that young lady getting pregnant and so on. And then before you know it, the boy says he's not interested. So she ends up being a baby mama. And then you also have the incident of someone, okay, who for whatever reason, maybe the spouse passed on or one thing or her, and then she ends up being a baby mama. So but that's not what we're looking at today. We're looking at someone becoming a baby mama hard of choice. Okay, someone becoming a baby mama hard of choice. Now you can join in the conversation. Okay, does that make any sense to anyone? I mean, is that the life that we're supposed to believe in? I mean, let's think about that, family. Is that the life that that someone's supposed to believe in? A baby mama thing. Okay, I have some guests, that will be joining in. And if you also would like to join the conversation, please feel free to do so, or as well, it will be so wonderful to hear what you have to say. Okay, can you hear me? Someone said it's breaking. Is it still breaking? Is it still breaking? Kindly let me know if it's still breaking. Would love to know if it's still breaking. Is it still breaking? Do let me know if it's still breaking or not. Okay. Um, no, it's no longer breaking. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Thank you so very much, Dr. Abigail. Awesome, awesome. So, what are your thoughts? What do you think? You can actually come in and let me know. There are so many stories. Okay. I think the one that really, really, really caught my attention, all right? The one that really caught my attention, I would like to show you. And this is an advice, by the way, by a Muslim man who believes that instead of having a baby mama, all you need to do is to marry them in and what have you. So you have someone opinion in that sense. I think it has to do with uh, two-faced Baba and with the baby mama and his wife and what have you. And there's this particular man called Adamu Gaba who made a statement concerning this. I mean, this is in here, and he was actually saying that okay, well, maybe you should have more. You should marry the older woman who's had more children and all that for you. Now, but we know that, that does not really tally with what we believe in as children of God. Okay, well, we have some guests here that will be joining in. Let me first and foremost, let me bring in Bjorn. Bjorn, what have you to say concerning the Bjorn join in? And then I think I also have someone as well as Bjorn. How are you?
I'm fine, Mama. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. So welcome to Live Gist with Mama Helen. Okay,
Thank you,
you
Mom.
look good.
Yeah.
You look so
Thank you,
beautiful.
Mama.
Where it's evening our time, isn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
I do not know others watching around the world. So what do you have to say concerning this? Let's have your voice up a little bit more so that
Okay.
we can all hear you.
All right, everyone. Like the name goes, baby mama. In the first place, who is a baby mama? A baby mama is somebody that gave birth to a child or children
Mhm.
to somebody else. Maybe, for example, a man that is married. You understand? And the side chicks gives birth to a child. She becomes a baby mama. There are some people, especially in this context we are talking about, that are
Yes.
willingly, intentionally, they want to be a baby mama. You understand? They just love it because they feel that's the only way they can get from the man. Like Mama rightly said, there are some people that did it out of mistake or it was not planned. But what we're talking about now is those ones that are doing it intentionally. They are
Aha.
intentional about what they are doing. You understand? Like
Yes.
most girls in Nigeria, all over the
Mm-hmm.
world, they will say
Uh-huh.
it is better to have a married man than having a single guy. So you see that they know
Oh
what they
my.
are doing. You understand? And the
Yes.
sad thing about this baby mama thing is that they do it to hurt the married woman at home. Because
Yes.
once they become the baby mama, they give the man, they give all, the man gives all the attention to them. I was discussing with somebody one day after listening to Mama's show. I was
Mm-hmm.
telling the person, I said, these side chicks, it's not as if they are better than the women at home. It's just that because the men, they sell their wives to the side chicks, so they tend to be better. So I was telling her, I said, the moment that same man marries these side chicks into the house, she will now understand what the legal wife has been going through. When the husband comes to meet the side chick, he tells the side chick, oh, my wife cannot do this, my wife cannot do that. So she always step up. She uses the weakness that the husband have spoken concerning the wife to work on the man. And the man feels that, oh, there's nobody like her on earth. If not,
Yes.
there's actually nothing special about this
That's an
baby mama.
illusion.
Yeah, it's an illusion. Yeah,
It's an
there's
illusion.
nothing really special about them. They are
So true.
same women. The moment they come into that same home, they
Yes.
become overprotective of the man because they know that there's another side chick outside that will eventually take the man from them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I see side chicks as, if I'm asked, I'll see it as they are instruments that the devil is using at this end time to destroy homes. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Most
That's
men are very vulnerable. You understand? It's a
I do.
natural thing. I was
Mm-hmm.
telling some people, I said, there are ways, if a woman don't want to be moved, there's nothing a man will do for the woman to be moved. But a man that don't want to be moved, seeing a woman slap alone, the man will be moved. It's in their nature. You
Hmm.
understand? So most of
It's in
this
their nature.
is in their nature. So most of the side chicks, they are capitalizing on the weaknesses of the men to wreak havoc in their homes. And also, Mama, I would
Yes.
like to add to this fact that most of the side chicks we have today that are
Yes.
destroying most homes,
Yes.
it's not because the men really want them, but
Mm-hmm.
one way or the other, I think they are blackmailing the men.
They have blackmailing the men.
Yes,
Hmm.
they blackmail
Yes.
them
If you
into
don't
keeping
marry
them.
me, if you don't just or well, they don't even want marriage.
They
To
don't
some of
want
these girls,
marriage.
they're not
We
really,
want
yes, they
you.
don't want the man to some of them don't want the man to marry them, but
No.
like you said, the right. I mean, if you don't settle me, I'm going to go out
I'm
there.
going to
You
tell
have
your
some of
wife,
them
I'm
like
going
that.
to do this, I'm going to bring it to the public. If you are in the church, I'm going to tell the church. If you are this, anyway, if you are a man that is only a top position in the society, they use it to blackmail you.
So
You
true.
understand? Let's take
Hmm.
example of what is happening at Yul Edoche's family. If you
Hmm.
look at you properly, without being told, you will know that most of the things he's doing, ordinarily, he wouldn't do them.
Hmm. Hmm.
He's under strong pressure and he has no choice. And the first mistake was when he came out openly on social media to announce his son and his wife. It was very glaring that he was under something.
It was on the sun.
And that, yeah, and that thing was pressure and blackmail. If you don't do it, I'm going to come out. You have an ambition to run for an election. So I'm
Yes.
going to come out. If not, think about it.
You
For
know,
12 whole
if I
years.
if I can come here, let me just come in. Prophetess Margaret says, "Baby mama is confusion in the highest order." Baby mama is confusion in the highest order. So true. It's a
That's
big
the right
confusion.
word.
Now I
Yeah.
know there are some girls that love to trap, men with the child and all that. But then you also have some of these girls, they don't even want to marry. They don't. In fact, some of them will rather even go to a sperm bank,
Yeah.
get a sperm, get themselves pregnant, or maybe get a surrogate, and then mother and father that child, because they don't want to be anything. They don't want to be married to any man at all. What do you think about it? And of course, anyone can come in, and you can come in if you want me to bring you in. Just you know what to do. Okay. I mean, and of course, it's also a calling program as well, by the way. So go ahead, Abiodun, and
So,
go ahead
mommy,
and talk to
concerning
us
what
about
you
it.
just said now about the spam bank thing, to
Yes.
me, instead of creating problem for a fellow woman like you, I would suggest you do that. It is far better. Maybe you are running out of age, time is no longer on your side, and you feel, I need to have a child of my own. If you go that way, it's better and peaceful than causing pains to a fellow woman like you. Side chick, like that lady rightly said, is nothing but trauma. It's not something you pray for a fellow woman like you to experience. They are nothing but destruction. You understand?
Yes, I'm going. I'm actually flowing with you. I'm trying to have the number that people can actually use to, I hope
Okay.
I've had the number. I hope the number. Oh, did the number come up at all? Oh dear. Okay, go ahead. Just go ahead. I try
Okay.
hiding the number. It's like maybe I didn't succeed doing that. Okay.
So this
Can
baby
someone just
mama
help
of
me put on the number so that I can put it on? Okay. Eta, can you quickly put on the number that normally use? Because people can call it, you can actually call it. Like I said, this is a gist. This is not a show. It's a gist. So anyone can join it. If you want to come online, you'll be you'll be online. And if should you want to call in, you can also call in as well and share your thoughts with us. We'd like to know what you think concerning that. Yes, go ahead. So what you're
yeah,
saying therefore is that okay, fine. In your own opinion, if you think you're running out of time and you're settled down, and then you want to have a child,
yeah.
you could actually do that. Is that what I'm getting from you, Bjordan?
No, what I'm saying is, instead of going to destroy another woman's home,
That's
you understand?
that's
You can go to the
it's a
spam
lesser
bank.
evil.
Yeah, it is. It's a lesser evil. You go to the spam bank. It's better that way. You
Yeah.
understand? It is
Yes.
far far better, Mama, because you don't want to imagine what women. I have friends that are going through hell because of side chicks. You
Uh-huh.
understand? I have a
Yeah.
friend that have
Mm-hmm.
never dated any man before she got married because some will say it is nemesis. No, it doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband was her first love and the first person she had sex with, and they got married. But today, she has a girl is trying to destroy her home. You understand? It's not
Yes.
as if what we heard is that the girl is pregnant and the man is giving all the attention to this girl. And
Oh
when
my
she
God.
finally, yeah, when she finally discovered who this girl is, Mama, you don't want to imagine. The girl is nothing near the wife.
It's always like that.
Nothing
It's
close to the
usually like
wife.
that.
You understand?
Yes.
So I believe most of these girls that I know of somebody too that said she will never in her life, that the worst that will happen to her, she'll go and adapt. And this is a big girl. She has made money. You understand? So what
Yes.
the point I'm trying to prove here is that this baby mama's thought is an
Yes.
intentional act. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
using the Edochie's family as a case study. Judith had been dating this man for the past 12 years.
Yes.
12 good years. That is an intentional thing. That means the
Mm-hmm.
man only got married just, I think, 5 years or so before he started dating this lady. The
Hmm.
lady was there. He had his first child, second, third, and fourth child. And yet she still stick to this guy. So you can see that this kind of a baby mama that she is the one that knew what she was doing from the
Yes, and
onset.
she finally forced herself
She,
on the man and
yes,
made sure
because
the
she
man
played
married
it.
her. Mm.
These side chicks, they know how to get the men. They'll play the fool. They are very humble. They are very nice. They're soft spoken because they have an intention. They have a target.
They have an
And once
agenda.
they, yes, they have agenda. Once they achieve their aim, their target, their agenda, they boom, they show their real self. You understand?
Yeah.
Because if not, how do you explain Judy's attitude on social media? It's supposed to be something of shame, but right now she's the one that is even walking with her head tall as if she's the legal wife. You understand? So baby mamas, I think like what I was discussing with somebody, I said it is high time the government look into this stuff and enact a law because most of them have caused the death of so many women. Most of these baby mamas are the reason why some women have mental issues. They are the reason why some of them have blood pressure. They are the reason so many things are happening to married women.
Hmm.
Because once they come into your home, oh my God, that is the end of the happiness in your marriage.
That's the end. That's the
That's
end.
the end.
That's the
That's
end.
the
That's the end.
end.
Mm,
And
mm,
the
mm.
sad thing about it is that you can't even differentiate the ones that are going diabolical and the ones that are just playing the game because they are good at playing it. Because they are all the same right now. They're
Wow.
all the
Wow.
same.
Wow, 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 wow. Well, you know, I mean, that's a big problem in itself. Now, I don't know if you have some questions or you want to add to something there. You know, you've heard what Bjorn has been telling us that some of these ladies can really, really be diabolical in their dealings and all that. We've heard what Professor Margaret said. She said it's quite confusing. Do we have others who might have other things to say as well, concerning this? Anyone wanting to jump in? I know there's supposed to be another guest, but I'm not seeing the guest, so I'm just going to continue. We're going to continue with we're going to continue with Biodo. Okay, so now, why on earth? Okay, because if you have baby mama, then you have a baby father too, right?
Of course, yeah.
Because unless if the sperm is acquired from a sperm bank, or there's an arrangement to say, okay, we are not to see your face, I'm not interested in you, I'm just paying for your sperm, and that's it. Okay, now we know that the damage this could cause for a home, but I want us to move a little bit out of that. I want us to look at some of these girls, some of the young girls,
Yeah.
they don't want to marry. They feel, to them, getting married or marrying a man is a problem. I mean, they just don't want to. They feel that all they need is just to have some children or maybe have a child, and that's good enough for them. They look after the child and all that. I mean, it's really trading amongst celebrities right now. I mean, most celebrities, I mean, a lot of them, I don't want to use the word, let me not use the caption word most. Some of them, actually really believe that where they don't need a husband, all they just need is to have a child. So what are your thoughts concerning this?
Okay, Mama, like I don't think I will agree to that because yes, most of like if you look at Ini Edo now,
Okay.
Ini Edo wanted a child. Maybe she doesn't want to get married, but honestly, I wouldn't believe that there is a baby mama that just don't want to have the man, just the child. No.
Yes.
Most baby mamas you see that have not moved into the house, it is
Yeah.
because they are still working on the man. Maybe the wife is a praying wife, or maybe the strange places they are working to, they have not met the requirements.
Yes.
Most of them want to come in. That is the aim. Because those of them that don't want to destroy people's home, they wouldn't give birth to children. They are jobless boys or men out there that they can go after to just impregnate them. But
Mhm.
why would they go for the rich ones that are happily married if they don't have intention to marry them?
So true. That's
So I believe they know what they are doing. They know what they
hmm.
are doing. They will play with the man to the stage that only the man will become the one that will make, oh no, you need to come in. There is no need for hide and seek anymore. That is how they do it.
Hmm. Hmm.
And there
Hmm.
are some men that will even tell you, listen, this thing is secret. I value my wife and the rest. I don't want any. They will agree. But because they have their agenda from the beginning, they know what they are doing. So
Okay.
side chicks or baby mama, wherever angle you look at it from, they are bad news. That is the truth.
Definitely.
They are
Definitely.
bad
I
news.
can't agree with you less.
they,
Yes.
they are bad news. And any woman that has given birth for a man, and the man is a well-to-do man, the man is doing well, happily married, and she, with her eyes open, she decides to give birth, it is because she wants to become the second wife.
Hmm.
That's the truth.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
I will never agree to that, mama, that they just want to have children. No, if they want to have children, there are many other ways they can do it without destroying people's home.
Okay. 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 But yeah, yes. I mean, you have quite a number of them who have a notion from day one. They want to get into their house. Like I always say. I mean, when men cheats, it becomes a big problem. Cheating is not good in marriage, whether from
Yeah,
the man or from the woman. Okay, it's not a good thing. No one should. It's not even a word that should be heard of from anyone at all. It's not good. If you're married to a man, as a woman, be committed. If you're married to a man, if you're a woman or if you're a man and you're married to a woman, be committed. Pure, pure and simple. There's no gainsaying. And but coming from this angle of um some of these girls whom I feel that, well, this is an opportunity for me to get in, okay? Because some of them actually really go diabolical.
yeah,
They do all sorts of things. So they put the wife in the house in a serious danger, okay?
yeah,
Because somebody who wants to go, look at, okay, with the story you've just shared now, okay, May now, the last thing I heard, concerning her is that she's traveled out of the country. I don't know whether she's back
yeah.
now, but evidently the home is in chaos,
Of
is in
course.
complete chaos because of an intruder, coming in and all that stuff. So that's a big problem right there. That's a big problem. But you can actually call. You have the number on screen right now. So if you want to come in, it's a call-in program. By the way, this is actually the maiden edition of a live gist with Mama Helen, and it is all about dwelling on contemporary issues, and then of course the Jesus way of analyzing some of these things, so that we can know that is this tolerated? Is it okay? Is it okay to live this kind of life? Is it okay for something of this nature to be happening or not? So, I mean, these are some of the things that we're looking at on Live Gists with Mama Helen. And then, of course, today we're talking about Baby Mama Saga. So you can jump in, you can call us. You can call us. The number to call is on the screen to bear your opinion on the subject matter. And if you also want to comment so that we can read out your comments, we will do that as well. Where Esther is saying they are really agents from the devil. She said they're really agents from the devil. So what do you have to say concerning that, Biodun? I know you're a married woman, with children and your husband and all that. So you're speaking from the point of being a married woman.
Yes, ma. Yeah, so the truth is,
Esther says, you know, I mean, that word is strong, isn't it?
it is, but I
And
think that's
then,
the right
someone
word.
else says, I totally agree with her. So, Bjorn, come on now, come on. Go ahead, talk more concerning
Yeah,
this.
like Sister Esther said that they are agent.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember her using the word that they are the ones that are programmed to destroy homes at this end time. Because now, in those days, it used to be a team of shame that you are
Yeah.
dating a married man. But right now, they brag about it. It's like competition. They
Mm.
show it off. No, they are no more
Mm.
ashamed. So they
They
are
know more
intentional
shame.
about what they, yeah, they are intentional about what they are doing. Yes,
Mm.
like you
Mm.
said, our men, well, you can't, there's nothing you can do. Like there's a saga. I will always, like, right now, Facebook, they just restricted me because of some comments that I made concerning this Alima something. I don't know if there are some members here, but pardon me to use my own, with my experience and what I know. Let me
Yes.
just analyze some issues.
Okay.
I, for one, I believe Alima 100%.
I see.
Anybody can say anything. Yes, I believe Alima, but some people are calling out all manner of names and the rest and the rest. I just laugh because somebody said we should not look at pastors, for example, that they are human and the rest. Yes, pastors are human, but they made themselves like they are God. That is why people are expecting too much from them.
Hmm.
You understand? When
Hmm.
you make people, when you stand on the pulpit and you make people feel that you are above sin, there are certain things you cannot do. When you not fall short of those things you are condemning,
Yes.
it makes people feel no, ordinarily you're not supposed to do it.
You're not supposed to do this.
You're not supposed to do it because
Mhm.
the moment you want to, it's only God that cannot sin. It's just God. When we understand our place as
But but
human,
but, wait,
that's
but mind you, there's an aspect to this that I want to say. The Bible says our body is the temple. We must
yes,
not forget that. Our
yes, Mama.
body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. Is the
Yes,
temple
ma'am.
of the Holy Spirit. I mean, whether you're a pastor or anything, we are first Christians before anything else. And I
Yes,
think we
mama.
must not lose sight of that. Okay. The only reason why somebody will put a yardstick on you, or should I say, would expect more from you, is because of
Mhm.
who you say you are, isn't it?
That is the point I'm trying to make. You are saying you are a child of God and you now step up being a pastor. So there is a standard that everybody is expected of you. So the moment you now fall short of that standard, you give people the room to question your character. You
Mm,
understand?
mm. That's right. That's right.
Alima coming out to say all what she's saying. If we as humans are truthful to ourselves, you should be able to detect when somebody is lying or blackmailing somebody.
So true. So true.
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
She's alive. She has nothing. She has nothing to lose. She has everything to lose. She has nothing to gain. So if you look at her child, you discover that she's trying to make peace with her maker, and that's why she's coming out to say all of this. And if the person in question has acted as he is supposed to act, I don't think she would have come out openly to say all of that. So
Ah,
the wife coming out now to say it's a cheap blackmail, I was really irritated. Like, I, for one, we're supposed to cover our husbands, yes, but there is a limit.
hmm.
There is a limit because there are some issues we have in our marriages that we can't come out to say. You understand? Maybe our
Yes.
husbands, they've hurt us to an extent, and that is why I will always advise people, when your husband offend you, if you can forgive, forgive. But most times, if you don't forgive, you can even think of wanting to revenge, and you go out of your way to do what ordinarily you are not supposed to do, to commit certain sins, certain things you are not supposed to. In fact, in your dream that you can never imagine you will do, you see yourself doing it. So what am I trying to say? Alima is a side chick. Alima said she never knew that Apostle Suleiman was a pastor. I believe. Alima made a statement that he always said, I am human. I believe. I believe all of that. Why? Because men, oh my God, if women knows the kind of husbands they have, they will know that indeed, when the scripture said the heart of man is desperately wicked, they will understand. You
Hmm.
understand me? So
Yes.
anybody that is condemning Alima and they've not gone to check themselves as children of God, the person needs to ask God for mercy. That is
Hmm.
just the truth.
Hmm.
Because most of these men, especially those in the Christendom, you don't want to believe what they do and what they are doing. Because if you hear There are certain things they do that even the devil himself will be scared. That's the truth. And they always have a scripture to back up each of their characters. They know how to manipulate, to play mind games on people. That is why, okay, I was asking somebody one day, I said, okay, listen, how come sin is nothing to the body of Christ anymore? How come? Sin
mm,
is absolutely nothing. People
mm.
don't fear God anymore. Why? Because the people that are supposed to even lead them more to fear God are the ones that are giving them reasons to know that God is a joke.
Hmm.
Because you cannot expect a pastor that is chasing a girl now to still go back and tell the girl that Jesus loves you. It's crazy.
Well,
It,
it's a matter that is already in court, so I wouldn't want to speak more to that. But I mean,
Mama, we're talking
Bridget,
about side chick.
yes.
Well,
Pardon?
sorry, Mama. I said we're talking about side chick. That was why I brought that. They're
I
going
know, and
forward.
yes, I mean, definitely,
Yes.
and
So,
yes, it makes a lot of sense. I mean,
yeah.
with a lot of things going on and the rest of the so yes, of course, that's your opinion. You have every right to bear your
Yeah.
mind on that. Definitely, it's so sad. A lot is happening. You don't even know which one to believe. So, I mean, the confusion is definitely out there, and it's rather um unfortunate. Oh, someone says the number is not going through. I wonder why. Okay, why would the number not be going through? I'm amazed. uh, Try again, please. Try again. I try again. Let's hopefully you'll be able to get through. Someone is trying to call in and the person says the number is not going through. The phone is actually here with me, so there shouldn't be any problem concerning that. Well, I want to pick a word from what someone said. Juliana said they are an assistant to the devil to help Satan fulfill his evil ministry.
Yeah.
I want to bring in Bridget at this time. Okay. I want to bring in Bridget at this time. I mean, welcome, Bridget, to Live Gists with Mama Helen. It's getting really hot. Abiodun has been really blazing. Oh my gosh, she came prepared. She has been really pleasant. Okay, so we know that some make there are mistakes made, and then the result of it is being is you being a mother of a child that hasn't without getting married to that person. But we also know that there are those who are intentional, and I think that is the one that we really want to dwell on today. The intentional ones, the ones that, I mean, it isn't as if I mean, it so happened maybe in the secondary or in for whatever reason a relationship happening, and then suddenly he didn't work out. The man ended up not marrying them, or maybe the husband is passed on, and so it is did not become a baby mama. But in this case, there are some girls. This is all they do. You know, you have the ones who actually make themselves one because they want to continue to blackmail the man. Then you have the one, you also have the ones who feel, well, I don't want to be married. I want to be single. I just want to have some children. So, what are your thoughts on this, Bridget?
Good evening, Mom. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everyone. Can you
Yes.
hear me? I think it's
Yeah.
very poor parental care, very poor socialization process.
Hmm.
Girls who don't have self-worth, they know they don't worth anything, and they don't have goals. They are never determined to achieve things by themselves. They
Hmm.
always think that everything they get must come through a man. That is the way they
Hmm.
were socialized by
Hmm.
their mothers, especially. Oh, you
Hmm.
are a girl, you are a fine girl. What are you bothering yourself for going to
Hmm.
school or going to that? Some of them can't spell their names, but
Hmm.
if they dress up, the Gucci, the Chanel, what have you, that's all they
Yeah.
do.
Hmm.
Dress up, dress to kill, seduce the men.
Man.
I know a case in my church way back, this girl was just out for a Chevron guy, like play, like play. She got pregnant. She had the first child. Unfortunately, the housewife had no children.
Oh
And the first one,
no.
she had the second one. She had the third one. And she took over the man.
My
And the
God.
supposedly Christian mother did not see anything wrong. Because
Wow.
for
Are
them,
you serious?
yes, this is their investment. Finally, this is their ATM machine. They have
Oh
somewhere
my
now
God.
to cash out. And so it's a lot of young women without self-worth. They say, I've waited. What can I do? Let me just be somebody's baby mama. At least he will buy me a house. At least he will buy me a good car. He will do this and he will do that. So, it's for them, it's just for the money. And
It's
there are
just for the
women
money.
with very low, yes, just for the money. And women with very low self-esteem. Why will I be waiting to have children for somebody else's husband? Why did he not choose me in the first place? They
Can
know.
you
So they
imagine
do
that?
all, yes, they do all kinds of things. They do the charm, they do everything to keep this man because they know that ordinarily is not a man that they can keep. So for them, it's just about their looks, nothing in the brain.
Nothing
Even
in
if
the.
you give them 10 million today,
Hmm, hmm,
tomorrow they are looking for another 10 million. They know nothing about investment, they know nothing about anything. And again, it goes back to the mothers. you know at a point it was very common in Warri.
yes.
Mothers would be telling their daughters, you are here, your friend just had a baby for a shell man, your friend just had a baby for a shell man. Oh, I know he's
Yeah.
married, but let him just settle me. I'll be at the corner. And they're even in the church. There are so many in
Hmm.
the church. They
Lot
come
of them.
to the church.
Yeah.
All they came to do in the church is to become people's baby mama. They say, I'm not
Oh my
disturbing your wife.
God.
I'm not doing anything against your wife. I'm just, you know, uh, having fun.
A
I know
factory.
that you know. Yes.
Baby
And
factory.
baby factory. And because they don't stress themselves, all they do is to sit down, sleep with a man, have a baby, cook, eat. And so it's easy for them. But I'm beginning to wonder, the church needs to speak about it. There's so many things we're not talking about in the church. Say, it has happened. What can you do? God talks
Hmm.
about love. God
Hmm.
talks about forgiveness. But they
Hmm.
still forget that the same God say, I'm a consuming fire. That your
God
body
bless
is
you.
a temple. That your body is a temple. You should not defile it.
It shouldn't
Over and
defile
over.
it.
Yes.
It's
Over
the
and
temple
over.
of the Holy Ghost.
Sometimes the men just take things for granted. In the neighborhood, a man is living in block A, he has a baby mama in block F.
Are
The
you
same,
serious?
yes, in the same neighborhood, you know, and they're cheap girls, very cheap girls. Even the men know, they know they are not women that they can really be proud of, apart from their dressing, their vulgar dressing, and all of that. They are not women that you can be proud of.
Proud
So,
of.
and the baby mama syndrome has become a big deal. It has
Hmm.
become a big deal,
It
you know,
is.
because parents encourage it. Because parents encourage it. If
Hmm.
parents discourage it, it will not happen. If
Okay. All
families
right.
discourage it, it will not happen. And
Uh,
again, a
yes.
lot of women are laid back. They are laid
Yeah.
back. They tell you, what do I do? What will I do? This man is the one paying them. If I start making trouble now, I think it's better to walk away than suffer all the pain. And sometimes, out of pain, you do things that you ought not to do. There's a
Hmm.
time. Yes,
Hmm.
the Bible says, God say, I hate divorce. But there's a time to walk away and let
Hmm.
God do the healing and do the sorting. And that's what
Hmm.
we don't talk about in the church. We're not saying divorce. We're saying walk away.
Hmm.
Go back and rearrange yourself.
Hmm.
Get a walk with God. Let God begin to direct, because he will surely fight the battle with you, for you.
That's right.
Many times when you're just there, you're not taking any step. Many times the housewives even be the losers. The baby mamas take over the men. They are the ones who are driving the flashy cars. The woman will be managing one
They're the
old
ones getting all the
balu
money.
car. Yes, they are the one getting all the money. They're the one getting the houses. The man will say, "Oh, we're already in a house. I built a house for you. So what do you want again?" But at the end of the day, if anything happens to the man, his family comes to take that house from you. But the one they give to the baby mama, nobody goes to the baby mama to take the house from them. And some girls have made up their mind that all their lives they will be baby mama. And it's not just baby mama, they will be baby daddy.
Okay, I think there's a disconnect with from Bridget, but Building, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I'm hearing you.
Okay,
Yes,
beautiful.
their mother
Okay,
and then
she's
for
back.
settlement, their grandmother, and they themselves is the same thing. So they have a child for this, they have a child. They'll be calling prominent names. I've seen girls saying, "I go born for this man in worry." Say, "I go born for this man. Now take go take. I go catch him. I go born for her." I
My
mean,
God, can you imagine
anybody
that? Now,
anybody in his right senses.
Daniel says, Mama, baby mama is an intentional act by our young women.
Very
That's what I'm
deliberate.
Yes,
hearing. It's
it
an
is
intentional
Very
intentional.
act by our young women. Mm-hmm.
very intentional, very
It's an
deliberate,
intentional act.
calculated.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
is. Okay.
calculated.
Now, because of time, let's look at this. So how do we correct this? What do we need to do to change the narrative? Because evidently it's something now that it's really prevalent in Lagos, everywhere, actually, in Abuja, all over the country. And it's not just in Africa, it's even in the Western world as well. You have the baby mama saga all over the place. So what can we do? Okay, what do we need to do to change the narrative? Let's start with Biodu.
Well, to me, Mama, like Sister Bridget rightly said,
Yes.
like today, the church is everywhere. So I think it should start from the church. I remember as a growing child in Anglican church, what they used to teach us then was more of hell and heaven. It was all about the consciousness of sin. You
It's
understand? And I
important.
think, yes, and I think that is what is lacking in the church today, because they talk more on grace and the merciful side of God. Nobody is talking about the consuming side of God. You understand? The anger side of God. So people feel they can do anything and get away with it.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
And then, secondly, the church that is supposed to be preaching about against this thing, most of these crimes, most of this baby mama stuff prevails in the church. You understand? So if we must correct all the stuff we're talking about, the mothers we are talking about, they are in the church.
Hmm, hmm,
If they
hmm.
have the fear of God and they hear the word of God every day,
Yes.
it will stop. It's
It
just
will
like
stop.
this, yeah, it's just like this Yahoo thing. I remember when they were doing NSAS and the rest, I had the shop at um oh, I've forgotten the road just now. You understand? And that day they were just shouting, Yahoo, yeah, be iPhone not be gone, no iPhone not be gone. Mothers were screaming, God will bless you. I had to call one woman close to me. I said, I beg, this Yahoo where they talk about, is it not the one you go defraud person? And they say yes. I said, so not be seen again. You understand? Because I was confused. The way mothers were clapping, they were celebrating the boys, they were praying for them. No matter how
Wow.
poverty has eaten into you, your integrity matters a lot.
So
And I know
true.
more than 6 to 7 people. They attacked me that day. What am I talking about? People they are defrauded, they stole from us. It's the same thing with this baby mama stuff. Some mothers just believe that the only person that can take them out of poverty is this their beautiful daughter that is sleeping around with married men.
Mm-hmm.
And until that mindset is corrected on the
Corrected.
pulpit, you understand,
Yeah.
this thing will continue to grow. It will continue to, it will have, in fact, it's going to take another level in the next 5 years.
Hmm.
So
Fantastic.
I
Now,
believe, yeah.
now
So I believe
let
the
me
church
read
should
out
be
a
involved.
comment. Let me read out a comment from the comment section. And this is from Mated. Dearest mother, for us to change the narrative, we need to go back to our value system in the home. Parents have lost the morals in bringing up their kids. A lot of mothers spout their girls at young age by turning them into adults.
Yeah.
Bridget, what do you have to say concerning that?
Very terrible, very
How do we change the
correct.
narrative?
The
You know, I
narrative
mean,
is
Bjorn
a
just told us it has to start
reorientation.
from the church. We need, the
Reorientation.
church community
Yes.
needs to address this.
Yes.
Okay, that's what she has
Growing
said,
up,
and
we
I
are the
totally
young,
agree with that.
we are
What
we
about
are the young,
what do you have to
yes.
say as well?
Growing up, we are the young Christian women's society,
Mhm.
where they taught us about morals, values,
Yes,
self-esteem. All of that needs to come back. We need
mm.
to do a very vigorous, intentional sensitization.
Yes,
Girls should begin to build values. And parents should stop thinking that except a girl follow a man. Don't be praying for your daughter. You will marry a governor. Why can't the girl be a governor? We need to change our values.
mm.
The church needs to play its role as key in
Key.
this matter. These things must come out the way. We should not placate it. We should not use diplomacy. We should not polish it.
Mm-hmm.
Sin is sin.
Same.
Let
Stop
this
and
Period.
wickedness go. If you
yeah,
have come to church to catch a man, it will not work.
it will
And
not.
we must do our part
Mm-hmm.
at every level. As women, we must do our parts. I've even known married women who want to be baby mama to reach to billionaires. They are in their own husband's house. It's a different dimension. Yes, that's why
That,
you have some
that's another
families.
angle to this.
Yes, we have some
That's
families. They have five
horrible.
children. They say three for the husband, the present husband. The
Yeah.
last two, they came from somewhere else.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
so a lot of it must start with us saying it as it is,
This.
because many times we are afraid to say it as it is because we don't want to offend people. I know
Mm,
in church I've had to tell women, say, please, the way you are dressing is not good enough. So we are looking at, yes, somebody said not really only the church. Yes, but that is where we talk to people. We have the crowd, you have the number. As a development person, I run an NGO. I look
yeah.
at women issues. Every time I have opportunity to talk to young girls, any commemoration of any international day, I let the young girls know that you are better than just being a baby mama, a side chick. There's
Mhm.
more to your life than what you are getting into now. Schools must talk about it. Place
That's good.
of worship must talk about it. The
Hmm.
homes must talk about it. I know
Yeah.
somebody whose daughter was snatching somebody's husband, and they went to report to the father. The father said, "Hey, now alone I go get rich in law. Me too, I not want it." It's that bad.
Oh
It's
my
that
God.
bad. And again, enabling environment is our society. The level of poverty, when people are very impoverished and they
Yes.
have no values, they are ready, whatever comes their way, they want to take it to make easy money. Some of us went to school when school were schools, and we're very, very consistent at making our grades. Good grades was the order of the day. The
Hmm.
right school set once, but now some of them will even put three results together. They still can't come up with 5 credits.
Wow. Terrible.
So it becomes very, because the value now for money has overtaken. So people really don't even understand true success any longer. And why
Hmm.
we're saying the church is because we're Christians.
We
When we
are.
put money above every other thing, we lose it, because true success is not just about money.
It isn't.
True
It
success is impact,
isn't.
influence. How many
That's
people have you influenced? How many lives have you changed?
exactly.
Are you
It's
a role model? Are people looking at you and they
you
want to do the things you do?
do.
They are no
Not not
models. And
not say, but what you do.
Yeah.
yes, not to
Yeah.
just say it.
Not
Yeah, they
just
are no
saying it.
mentors. They are no
Hmm.
mentors. And people don't want to be mentored.
Mhm.
Those things that help us grow up, they are no longer there. The Girls Guide, the Young Women Christian Society, the Young Men Christian Society, where you learn values, you learn self-worth, confidence, what is important. Kindness is eroded.
Hmm.
People will call kindness is totally eroded. People deal and win inside the church. What can I get? Inside the family. Inside the family. Their mothers is the daughter that have a rich husband that is a
Hmm.
daughter.
Hmm.
The
Hmm.
daughter that does not have a rich husband is not a daughter.
It's not a
So
daughter.
all of this, again, I'm saying this because we are women, and many of these things are are cooked up by us,
So true.
women, in
Hmm.
every family.
Hmm.
It's the women who are custodians of this kind of things. I know
Hmm.
in those days it was very common before all these white people left worry. Your families were like, we must have caste children, no. You have to do your best to and catch one Oyibo.
Oh my God.
They don't even care where the man comes from. And the man goes back to his country. They can't even trace those children. And those children grow up with very low self-esteem. They get into all kinds of crime because they
Hmm.
are angry. They are not happy with society. They are not happy with their background. They keep asking their mother, where's your father? I say, your father came to work. I know him. He was working in Julius Berger, but he has gone. He's a German. It has eroded every beauty that families and societies should have. So we must all hands on deck to begin to talk about it and to begin to invest in education. Because if people go to school properly, if they earn their certificates, they did not get it. If they earn their certificates, they
If
are
they earn,
better
if they earn it, that's
if they
beautiful.
earn it. But if they
Yes.
just go get it,
Yeah.
somebody just help them get it, they don't even understand. you know
Yes.
when you graduate, you say you've been found worthy of learning and character.
Mm-hmm.
But today we don't even know of learning, not to talk of character.
Hmm. It's powerful, powerful, powerful. We have to round up. We're actually, this is such a beautiful topic. We can go on for the next hour. Go, still discussing this. Okay. Now let me ask Biodo. So a young lady is there and she's contemplated, like we earlier on said, you have quite a number of celebrity girls of ours out there who are seriously into this. They believe that you don't want to get married, they don't want any man. They just don't. The marriage to them is not a go, is a no-go area. So to
Yeah.
them, why should I marry? Let me just have a child by the side, and that's good enough for me. What would you have to say to such a young lady?
Well, to me, what I would tell that young lady is that first and foremost, most young ladies don't want to get into marriage today because of the kind of stories they hear about marriages. So most of them are scared. Some are victims because of their parents. So they don't really appreciate anything about marriage. That is where the home comes from. If you come from a home where your parents are loving and the rest, you look forward to getting married. But if you come from a home where everything about your mother and father is pain,
Mm,
especially to your mother, is trauma, is crying, everything, you will not want to see the beauty and the reason for you to get married. You
mm,
understand? So if I think I will advise every young girl that is in such situation that it happens to your mother does not mean it will happen to you.
I love that. I
You
love that.
understand?
Wonderful.
I am a product of that. My mother died in 2006. My father died when I was about 5 years. But when you hear the stories my sister, my siblings, they tell me about marriage. Ordinarily, I'm not supposed to be talking about marriage because they
Mm,
don't even have value for marriage.
oh my
You know,
God.
the way they do. Then when my sisters got married, the problem, everything. But I got married and I'm enjoying my marriage. You
Hallelujah.
understand? Then my
Awesome.
my daughter, yeah, my daughter is 19 and the other one is 16. And we were just discussing yesterday. They were saying, oh, well, mommy and daddy, when they will celebrate their 25 years marriage, I will be so and so. This one I will be so. I said, you people will come with your husband and children. This and that. They said, of course, mommy, we can't wait to get married. Why? Because they have seen the way we are living and
Good.
they anticipate to see theirs. They believe
Right.
marriage is beautiful. But I remember my daughter still telling me that she have a lot of classmates that say they don't want to get married, they'll just have children. Imagine teenagers
Saying something of that nature. I know.
saying something of that nature. So, what I we advise such ladies? You go and try it. That it fails your auntie, your mother, or anybody around you doesn't mean it will fail you. Go
Exactly.
ahead. Your case is different. That's the advice I'll give to them.
Good, 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 good. Awesome, awesome. Okay, Bridget. So you have,
Finally,
yes, go ahead.
yes, finally, I would say again, mothers, we should do a lot of bonding. We should let our daughters understand that life comes in seasons. But that doesn't that marriage is a beautiful thing.
Mm,
It's about companionship. And that your companion cannot be somebody else's companion. So you
Mhm.
should look towards having your own companion, not somebody else's companion. And I think if we continue to talk about it in every corner, people
yeah.
will understand because it's a big issue. Like Biodun said, it's as serious as the Yahoo issue right now. And again, to women, we must do as much as we can to also help the men because
Very.
these baby mamas, they are like people who set traps.
Yeah.
Mm, mm.
They're like people who set traps. You know, men are not intuitive. They're not like women.
And
We
not like
can
women.
smell, we can smell trouble from 1 kilometer. But
So
a
Yeah.
man will wait until he eats his nose before he knows that this is trouble. So we
mm,
should also help our husband. You know your husband's weakness. There are some things you must not allow around him. Don't bother what people say. Oh, you have no, just help him. I know a man who will never go out to chase a woman. You won't catch him. But when the wife employ anyone and bring inside the house, he arranges himself. They have a way of arranging themselves around him. Then he will say, Mommy, it's not me. Oh, I'm telling you, you won't believe. So we should help them. Yes, I've been in that home several times to talk to them. The man will say, See me. I was just here innocently. This girl will be shaking her bum bum everywhere. I don't know how I got into this now again. So we must help our husbands to prayerfully and otherwise, to straighten their eyes because they're always looking sideways. Men are sight stimulated.
so true.
They're sight stimulated.
Mm. Oh my God. Well, I think she's probably off again. Well, in rounding up, maybe you should just help us, to round this up. I mean, there are quite a number of opinions being shared, in our comment section. You have someone organic comment saying, "I think church is secondary. It should start from the home." You have Juliana also re-echoing it, says exactly this mothers are in the church. So everything seems to be going back to that hand as well. And then you have, uh, I think this one is coming from Josephine. I said, good talk from Bridget. God bless you. I mean, a lot of comments, and someone also said, oh my God, Bjord, you nailed it. I mean, so many contributions out there. You're having from Dr. Abigail, they are diabolically they're diabolical even in the church. Oh my God. I mean, a lot of
Expert.
divergent, yes, views here, a lot of divergent views. But I think the whole pointed here is that, okay, being a baby mama is a no-go area. And I think that's what
Yeah.
everyone is saying here. It's a
Yes.
no-go area. It's not something that you should even desire to be. If you've seen your parents not living a life that would have encouraged you to get married, stop using them as a yardstick, because just because
Yeah.
it didn't work with your mom and dad does not mean it's not going to work for you. We've had that from our guests today. And then, of course, um, just because you're desperate for money does not mean that you should go and squeeze yourself into a man who is already married, and then just bring down the family as a result of that. Mothers, this is not the time for us to start celebrating our girls when they are involved in all this kind of dirty, shady kind of relationship. It should not be. It should not even be mentioned with us. We're supposed to be the one to ensure value at the home front and encourage our girls as well to have value for themselves, because it's very, very important. I mean, otherwise, it will be very difficult for them to be able to hold their heads out there, because then they will think that the only way they can make it is for them to trap a man. No, you don't need to trap a man to make it. You can actually make it. And why create sorrow for somebody else because you need joy?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you will reap what you use. So
Sad.
only can you imagine time. And then, of course, we've heard from Bridget, women, try your best as well. Don't. I think the greatest challenge we have as women is that we, um, I'm trying to look for the right word for this, but I think sometimes we know the truth, but we shy away from it. Okay,
Exactly.
we shy,
Exactly.
we actually see danger, but we keep telling ourselves it's not. Okay, until it becomes a wildfire, difficult to put out. So we need to be more vigilant to make sure that, if our men seems to be strained, we can easily bring them back before it gets out of hand. Obviously, definitely. We can go on and on. I've really enjoyed it. This is the first edition on Life Gist with Mama Helen. I hope you've been mightily blessed. And then, of course,
Yeah.
our guests have been incredible. Yeah, we'll try to. I don't know why the phone just refused to ring. I've had some comment. We tried, but it didn't ring. I don't know why. But hopefully next time we'll be able to receive some calls, and we'll be able to have some people also come up with their own opinion online, as well. Well, we've been able to read out quite a few from the comments section today. So thank you so very much for everyone out there for sharing your thoughts, and we've really enjoyed you. Thank you very much. And we want to be a vanguard out there now, telling people, babe, it's a no-no for baby mama. It's a no-no for baby mama. It's a no-no for baby mama.
Baby
Let's
mama.
echo it as women. Let's echo it as men, so that at the end of the day, we can have a society that has not lost its value and
Yeah.
serve. Okay, at the end of the day. Well, it's been wonderful. Thank you so very much to everyone. Have a wonderful time on Sunday. And then don't
Yeah.
forget, um this particular program is supposed to be coming up uh the I think the last Saturday of
Okay.
every, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think it's the last Saturday. It is the last Saturday. Yes, it's the last. I'm not thinking now. It's the last Saturday of every month. So, meaning that by the grace of God, we're going to be having one for
In February.
February, and that will be the last Saturday of that particular month, by the special grace of God.
Okay.
Right? So, make it a
Yeah.
date. Just it's an opening if you want to join. It's a vanguard. I think I'll call that. It's a vanguard, and of course, for being a part of this simply means that you can either be a she or he. Okay, counsel Jesus Hammy. I haven't enough time to be able to really dwell on this. Hopefully, I'll be able to talk a little bit more later on. And this is actually to come up with a perspective relating to every topic we deliberate on the Jesus way, so that people can understand that, hey, you know, a life can actually be crafted in Christ Jesus. That is, Jesus have every opinion on every issue. And if we start projecting that further, which is what the Lord has asked me to erad, in this generation of ours, and then for as many people that will also be will love to be part of this, this is the time for us to be part of a good course,
Yeah.
shouting to the rooftop and let people know that Jesus, it has to be the Jesus way. Any other way outside of the Jesus way is no way at all. And
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, it will give us a better society. And of course, it will give each and every one of us a kind of how am I going to put it now? having the an understanding, because in the church now, people are even confused. They don't even know anymore. They don't even know which is the best way to address issues and so on and so forth, because everywhere is, is polarized. Things are going on that shouldn't be happening all around
Yeah.
us, but the Jesus way is still the way. So should you want to join, Jesus Hamid, okay, as a lady, you become she console Jesus Hamid. As a man, you become he console.
He console.
Okay, Jesus Hamid. For example, proudly so, I am she console Jesus Hamid, okay? And I'm so proud to be one.
I'm
Even
so
Bridget
proud
has
to be one
I'm
too.
been
proud to
invited.
be one too.
So please let us know if you want to be part of this, so that we can actually challenge our strengths to correcting what is out there that we can consider as menace, and let us stamp the Jesus stamp on every issue to the glory of God. So again, thank you for being a part of today's first edition of Live Gist with Mama Helen, and I look forward to seeing you in February by the grace of God, and then by the grace of God, Monday, for those of us who might not be aware, Commando Day is at 6 a.m. The 1 hour prayer, UTC plus one, which is the Nigerian time. All right, be a part of it as well. Jesus is on the move. Jump on the bus and let us ride this journey, or make this journey together to the glory of God. Thank you, Bridget. It's such a pleasure. I jumped on you and you didn't let me down. So also, but thank you for bearing your mind tonight. We've really enjoyed you. Thank you. God bless your heart and have a
Thank you.
wonderful Sunday.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you. Okay, to everyone, it's bye bye. Bye bye. See you.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye, Sister Bridget.
Bye. See ya.
Bye bye. Yeah.